Every single year, 80% of people fail their New Year's resolutions by February. A lot of people fail to achieve their goals because most of them don't even have the fundamental building blocks necessary to support them, and that is systems, which is the main focus of this video. Just like many other people, I've always tried figuring out what it is that makes people so remarkable and successful in achieving their biggest goals. After learning from successful people and digging into the research, I found a clear pattern, one idea that consistently shows up. I'm not claiming that I myself am a remarkable individual worthy enough for a TED Talk, but I have achieved many goals, and I personally made a system to make achieving your goals as effortless as playing a video game, which I will show you later in the video. So without any more yapping, how can you achieve any goal? How do you build effective systems? What is it that increases your odds of success? And what is this ultimate system I speak of? First off, we need to explain why goals fail in the first place. Goals are fiction, as in future tense, non-existent, yet whereas systems are your manual. Goals are tempting, but take it from James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. Everybody can have the same goals. It's easy to dream about achievements or living a luxury life, but not everybody is following or can even follow the same systems to get there. People fail to achieve their goals because they're not following the right system that guides them to their goal. Realize that achieving goals are only momentary. Just like how failures can be overcome and will pass, goals can also be overcome, and they too will pass. The truth is, humans have what's called hedonic adaptation or treadmill, a psychological term meaning that we quickly return to a baseline level of happiness after achieving a goal. Humans will always want what they don't have, so setting goals isn't what you really need. That's not to say that goals are useless or don't work, but goals alone don't work by themselves because they also create a pass or fail mentality. You will think either I succeed or don't, which limits your happiness and joy during the process, whereas you're supposed to enjoy it. You have to fall in love with systems, fall in love with the process, not the results. This will lead you to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life instead of being enslaved by goals and only being happy once you achieve them. The only person you should be comparing yourself with is your past self and how much you've grown or improved. Systems produce real results. You can have systems, but not goals, yet you can still have results, not the other way around. Although goals and systems are interdependent, successful people rely a lot more on systems. Goals only serve as their North Star, but systems are their GPS. This is Angela Lee Dogworth, and her TED Talk on grit, the power of passion and perseverance, really hit the nail on the head for me. She was able to articulate this one key characteristic that I've noticed successful people clearly have, and that is grit. And I'll be sharing some of the key highlights. She says, and I quote, that grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is sticking with your future day in, day out, not just for the week, month, but for years and working really hard to make that future a reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. Consistency beats talent all the time. So the point is, grit is an important trait that you need to have to achieve your goals. No matter how dumb you are or how much the odds may seem against you, you can simply brute force your way to success if you have grit and be consistent. It is a matter of how badly you want something. Obsession is your key driving factor to keep being consistent. If you really want to achieve something, you must be obsessed with it so that you can consistently make progress. Obsession means that you're actively looking for failure instead of avoiding it. Because when you're obsessed, you know that failure is inevitable and part of the equation that cannot be thrown out. You believe in trial and error. Obsession means that if you haven't failed, then you haven't really tried. Okay, so now that we have the necessary fundamentals out the way, how do we proceed? How do we actually build effective systems that produce real results? I finalized it down to 3 steps. So let's go over them. Number 1, define your North Star. Pick a long-term vision that's like around 3 to 5 years that is tied to your intrinsic values. What goals would you want to have achieved by then? What kind of person do you want to be by then? You have to envision this very vividly and make sure that you're intrinsically motivated. Something that resonates with you and aligns with your identity the most, and not based on extrinsic factors or external validations, such as your family expectations, your ego, materialistic desires, etc. Be very creative during this process. If you're struggling to find your passion or who you want to be, it might be a good indication to start introspection and ruminate for self-reflection to influence your brain's default mode network, which is basically like your inner storyteller, the part of your brain that's responsible for your imagination. We live in an information age where things like social media have diminished people's self-identities and who they want to actually be. You have to ask yourself who you are and let your mind wander by itself without the constant engineered distractions that reduce your critical thinking and independent thought. If you habitually criticize yourself, It hardwires these thoughts into your identity. This matters because goals rooted in self-worth activate the brain's reward system. The ventral create, which creates a powerful feedback loop where pursuing a goal is in itself rewarding, which fuels persistence. The dreamers are more aligned with the default mode network in which we just discussed, and the blind doers are more aligned with the task positive network. Successful people are a combination of these two. They're able to use both of them in synergy. They know what they want in life. They have vivid imagination. They're innovative, and they're intrinsically motivated. So they're not easily influenced by others, but they also put in the hard work and effort to make and shape their own reality. The stronger your goals are intrinsically motivated, the stronger your obsession and consistency gets, which will dramatically increase your chances of achieving them. So before you pursue something, ask yourself, is this what you really want to achieve? How important is it to you? Number two, once you've listed your goals, reverse engineer them. What needs to be done? What are the prerequisites? Be very specific. If you can, try finding at least 3 different ways or means to achieve them. This will ensure flexibility and prevents failure due to reliance on a single method. On the topic of means, there are 4 goal configurations according to Goal Systems Theory, or GST. Equipality, meaning multiple ways to achieve one goal like earning money. Multifality, meaning one way that achieves multiple goals like working out that makes you healthier, stronger, productive, etc. Unifality, meaning a single way that only achieves one goal. And counterfinality means that helps one goal, but harms or undermines another, like working sleepless nights, but harming your health and relationships as a result. You only need to focus on 2, and that is to maximize multifality while minimizing counterfinality. Choose strategies or actions that serve more than one goal while identifying and eliminating habits that conflict with your goal. Now for the reverse engineering part, use first principles thinking to break down your goals into required actions, all the way to tasks you can do in less than 15 minutes. Make a to-do list that will give you very clear things you need to do for the day, kind of like daily quests. Gamifying your life is by far the best and underrated way to go about achieving your goals. 2 years ago, I was addicted to video games. I was a complete loser in life. But if I had one thing which gained me hope, it was the idea that if I can win in video games, I can win in real life. Fast forward present day, I used my video game addiction to be as productive as possible, and I win every single day. But how did that happen? You see, inside each and every one of us, we have a progression drive, which drives us to reproduce. And in order to do the stuff that happens in the bed, it drives us to become attractive and capable of protecting and providing, which drives us to do work, make meaningful progress, earn money, etc. But you see, in this modern era, all these billion-dollar social media companies, video gaming companies, hijack this and make us addicted to video games instead. Now think about it. Scrolling for hours is easy. Grinding for 18 hours a day in a video game is easy. But what if I told you there is a way to make hard work towards your goals as effortless as playing a video game? That's where Level Life comes in. Level Life is a productivity system which uses video game mechanics and psychological elements, making you addicted to hard work and moving forward towards your goals. Can you imagine how powerful this can make you? It is almost like a cheat skill. I use this system myself, and I just can't help but win. I genuinely love making progress, completing my quests, leveling up my character in my classes. I also earn gold coins upon completing my quests. Then I can also do delayed gratification by purchasing rewards from the market. This is the homepage of Level Life system. You can customize any and everything in this system. First up, open the status window, write your name, add your image, use it to track your level, stats, ranks, gold balance, and progress, just like in video game character. Then next up is the class section. Here you can create your classes and subclasses. They are like areas of life you are leveling up. You can create as many of these as you want. You can change the images as well and even set a particular goal for each class. Next up is the marketplace. This is like an inbuilt shop which you can use to buy rewards once you have enough gold to practice delayed gratification. You can edit the rewards and add as many of them as you like. When you complete your quests, you earn gold. Then you can spend the gold on these rewards, which, by the way, you can make as many of them as you want and customize everything. Next up, we have the quest board. With this, you can turn every task into a quest. Completing it will give you XP according to difficulty settings. Here you can toggle the status of the quest, whether it is not started, in progress, on hold, or completed. Also, when you fail a quest, you will get negative EXP, reducing your level and rank. This feature is extremely useful for quitting bad habits. You can select a particular class for each quest. You can toggle the difficulty level of the quest with this button, and you can also change the EXP or gold amount you earn as well. Or you can add a completion date for the quest. There is also an inbuilt automated daily quest system. First, you have to click on this blue button over here, select new template, then fill all the details of the quest, then save it. Then click on the blue button again, click on 3 dots and select repeat and daily. With this, now this quest will be created every day and appear in your quest board. Check the link in the pinned comment for the Level Life system. When you get this system, you will also receive a full in-depth walkthrough and customization tutorial. I use this system myself to win effortlessly in complete quests like studying for hours, working almost every single day. Sure, I have my setbacks as well, but this system unlocked my progression drive. James Clear says, at the end of the day, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And if that system makes you addicted to making progress, well, then the rest is history. If you guys have additional tips or information that I may have not covered, feel free to leave them in the comments so other people and I can learn from them. Check the link in description to get Level Life System. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe if you want more videos.